Hey everyone, I wanted to talk about this concept that's doing a bit of a trend recently, the law of reversed effort, the law of backwards effort. And I learned some things about this, which I want to share with you, which I think is going to be super illuminating. You see, it's a misnomer in one way, but it's true in another. It sounds like an amazing concept, doesn't it? You just chill and everything comes to you. No effort, and the universe brings everything to you. And I noticed my YouTube videos where I'm just spontaneous, where I'm just flowing, when there's no real plan and I'm not really efforting, tend to do better. And the ones that I really efforted at and racked my brains over, maybe doing a lot of research, maybe putting a lot of effort in, and like when you're going to the gym, you feel a bit of kind of stress in a way because you're turning on that sympathetic nervous system consciously and stressing your body. It's a kind of good stress. Those same videos that I put that into usually don't perform as well. And then I used to make a lot more music than I do now because I've been more just doing more video, and the same thing was happening with music, where I would spend a whole week on a music soundtrack and I would be editing every single little bit of it to make it to what sound like to me like, oh, it's like I'm just loving this music that I'm making. And then the ones that I kind of knocked out the park in an evening, which I didn't like that much personally, and I still don't like them that much, those tracks would do really well. And so initially you think you can draw these conclusions like, yeah, well, look, when I go to a situation with this resistance, then you just get bad outcomes. And when I don't really effort and it just flows, then I'll get good outcomes. But then what I was thinking is, well, these videos where I just flow, would they be the same if I hadn't have made those videos where I really efforted? And the music that I just knocked out the park in an evening, would I have even been able to do that if I didn't spend 2 weeks tweaking that other track that no one else really likes apart from me? That's not true. Some people did. The same goes with learning a musical instrument as well. I play the Irish whistle, and there are these times where I'm really efforting, and there are times when I'm just completely flowing, and it's like just the music's just coming out of me and I don't need to do anything. But I can only do that because I did the effort of trying really hard to learn. And when you're trying to learn something, there is a feeling of stress. You're applying yourself to something. So I realized that the effort that I spent making that music that didn't get received as well as some of my other stuff wasn't wasted. It's all the stuff that I learned doing that. The tracks that I knock out in a night, the reason I could make that kick drum, that snare so fast, make that synth line so quickly, is because I spent a lot of effort learning all that stuff. I wouldn't be able to do that stuff if I didn't put in all that efforting. And the videos that I put a load of effort into and didn't do as well, that effort wasn't wasted. I learned so much making those videos. I was doing all of this research. Okay, the videos might not have performed as well, but the ones that are received better are only like they are because of all the stuff that I learned making those other videos. So there's not really a way to escape effort, to be honest. It's just, when do you do that effort? There's just these periods where you have to feel some kind of stress. But the trick is just to not have it be personal. That's the trick. When the efforting is personal, there's suffering in there. Because, you know, there's the saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. What that means is that pain is a reality of this form, but whether it's happening to you is an ego thing. It's an idea in the mind. It's personal. It's happening to me. I am suffering this pain. When you approach a situation and there is efforting, but there is no personhood there, there's no idea of there being a me, there can be this efforting and this stress and slight pain that you're experiencing by going into that cold shower, that ice bath, doing that high intensity workout, really racking your brains over writing. You can do that, but it's not happening to anyone here. It's just happening. And so therefore, there is a kind of flow that embraces the efforting. That even though it's effortful, it's embraced in this flow of awareness, which is untouched by any of those stressful or painful feelings. That's why people find things like cold showers, the Wim Hof method, actually reduces stress, even though it's purposefully going into a stressful situation. But the difference is you're going into the stressful situation, into the effortful situation with an empowered frame. Similar things will happen with intellectual efforting. What you think of as flow, which is really just this heightened state, we think that that's just gonna switch on. Like you're just going to get up into flow and go. But often flow is preceded by these times where it feels like we're wading through sticky mud and there's effort and there's a slight bit of psychological and physical pain if you're really conscious and aware of it. But all that's okay when it's embraced in this open awareness. So you just stay as the open awareness. Really, the effortless state is at the bottom of releasing all of the fears and the anxieties and the emotions and the tensions in the body. Then, when you do go purposeful into effortful situations, they don't completely dysregulate you. It feels like you're going over a bit of a mountain or a hill, but it never gets to the point where you just stagnate or quit. And this is the problem a lot of people are facing. We already have high anxiety or stress. So when we try to face a situation like deep work, taking a bold action and changing our life situation to something radically different, like quitting our job and becoming an entrepreneur and subjecting ourselves to the prospect of not getting paid if you don't make the business, unlike if you're on payroll where you've got that false illusion of security. We can't jump into that, or we feel we can't, because we just have this intuition that we're already feeling stress and it's just going to push us over the edge. We have to be this open space of awareness, expose ourselves to those effortful situations, which often bring up emotions, but that's a good thing because then the emotions are brought up to be seen and released. Sometimes when you go to face your passion work, you might even feel angry, and that really throws some people off. Sometimes you have to go into the darkness to go into the light. That's the duality, but it's embraced in non-duality, right? A roller coaster life experience is when that duality is just really wide. You're having these moments of ecstasy and pleasure, and then there seems to be this pain that goes with them. They fall apart, they break apart. Consistency and discipline really is just a more stable emotional wave. So these thoughts and feelings appear to cover up our beingness and the impersonal nature of that. We feel like a person when we have these intense emotions and feelings, these contractions in the nervous system. We feel like things are happening to me. That feeling, that contraction is what creates, or is a massive part of what creates the illusion of being just a person. You see? So when that begins to relax more and more and more, it's just more and more obvious that there is this spacious openness. And it's like peeling back the layers of an onion. People think awakening is a one and done deal, but really it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of the unwinding of all of your neuroses, and it may take years, and you may have to do some trauma work as well. I did. But you're going to get to the bottom of it. I hope this video helped. See you in the next one. Peace.